pulling guard play. 51 pulled out and around, and there was nothing over here. When he turned around to find the back, his hands went up in the air like, man, where are you going?
So 3 wide receivers once again, trips to the near side, one kind of bunched, pistol formation, Gunville in the backfield. Going to hand off to Gunville, and Gunville's got some room. He's down the middle, cuts back to his right. One man misses him, bounces to the right sideline. He could go all the way, and he does. So 3 touchdowns by Gunville, and this time another, well, that's a 60, that was straight up 60-yard run right there. You
60
see
or 61.
See the nice shot there on the sideline.
He's got to be well over 100 in this first half already. 3 touchdowns.
Well, he's had a 58 and he's had a 60, so that's 110. And then
I think my man is telling his coach by his play, like, hey, I want to be done early tonight. Let me put a poncho on.
He has Coach Mike Snyder has strapped on the saddle on him, and he's just going to ride him. 2-point conversion now going. Hammond redirecting his troops there. Set beside him is 28 Gunville. Hammond's barks off signals. Going to look to pass. Looks to his right, and he's got a slant wide open in the end zone. So just like that, 22-0, and the Seminole Chieftains are in control of this game.
24-0 here early in the second quarter.
So, Demi, first time you've got to be up in a booth with us. We're going to run a commercial here. Sorry about that.
And cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
All right, back to Roland. So, Demi, first time you've been in a booth with us this year. And first of all, what's your take on the Chieftains?
It looks like they're trying to get this game won early. Just like Brian said, he wants to go sit on the sidelines with Poncho and let the underclassmen get a taste of a little varsity football.
Right, first district play of the year, lining up for the kickoff for the Chieftains. And another kind of a squibber.
They blew that dead. What did they have?
They did. I don't. Maybe they had an offsides.
I don't see a flag.
Not sure what the call is. I don't see a flag anywhere.
They did throw a flag.
Did throw a flag.
It's just so dirty we couldn't see.
Couldn't see the flag. Yeah. So I guess that's probably what it was. It's probably an offside. So they will line it up at the 35 and try it again.
I'll tell you what, if any of you Roland students down there in that student section are listening to us, you need to get in this game. Get behind your guys and push them through this tough spot right here. Let's go, guys.
So Jackson Smith, the kicker for the Seminole Chieftains. And the Rangers cover up the squib and will take the ball over on the 43-yard line in their own territory. So decent position right there. 11 minutes and 4 seconds to go in this second quarter here in a Roland, Oklahoma, a soggy field. We may need a canoe to get back to Muskogee. Bear formation once again. Big man Wolf is in the backfield for the Rangers. We'll hand it to Wolf once again, and he'll pick up, about 8 yards. Yeah. That's a load right there coming at you.
I'll tell you, Roland has been in Seminole, the Chieftain territory most of the first half. They just haven't accomplished much with it, you know.
Dalton under center once again. Man in motion is Davis, and we have someone left early that time.
I think illegal procedure penalty right there on the Roland Rangers. just can't get behind the chains in an offense like this. You've got to stay on schedule, so to speak, you know.
That seems to they dug themselves a hole earlier in the first or late in the first quarter and weren't able to do anything. And you're right, they can't afford to get behind the chains. They have to keep it, you know, as they say, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They have to keep going forward.
Keep them on schedule. Second and manageable, third and manageable.
Going to hand it to Wolf once again, and
he got it all back and then some.
Wolf about a 12-yard run. Now, about a 12-yard run. So they're going to move the chains.
21 from 21 and 84 there on the stop for the Seminole Chieftains. Jared Stewart and Caden Johnson.
Dalton brings him up to the line under center, and looks like he's calling putting his mouthpiece in, excuse me. Man in motion, and it's going to look like a reverse, and it is a reverse.
They had everybody fooled. Get outside. Man, I'm telling you.
Paxton Pitts with the, had them all fooled there for just a split second. Little toss reverse. That'll pick him up 2 yards.
I thought when I figured it out, when I figured out what was going on, I thought that was going to go big. But Seminoles team speed caught up with them.
Yeah, that's one thing. Seminole has that team speed. Very talented bunch on the all around, but defensively very talented.
2nd and 7 here.
This time hands it up. No, pitches it outside, and that's number 1 Davis. And Davis nowhere to go.
88 right there. Justin Hamilton on the stop.
Swallowed up by Mr. Hamilton. Did a very nice job from his defensive back position.
I think Seminole must be subbing. They must feel pretty comfortable about a bunch of their defensive depth.
Well,
there's a lot of white uniforms out there.
That's one thing that we learned last week shooting some footage of them is they're very deep.
And I can tell you, a coach that's been around for 40 years isn't coaching for this game. He's coaching for the postseason, you know?
Most definitely.
They got Roland there, was up against the play clock and took a timeout.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and long, so a 3rd and basically 9, almost 3rd and 10. They say 3rd and 8 on the board, but it's closer to 10 than it is 8.
The thing that impresses me most about a coach that's been around for 40 years is sometimes a coach that's been in the game that has a way of doing things. He's going to do things his way forever. But he's running the new up-tempo offense, the pistol set, so you can tell that he's adjusted as the years have gone by. I guess you don't win 356 games just doing one thing.
Right. You can't be stubborn when your talent changes. Yeah, and I think that's one thing that Coach Snyder has done. He's done a fantastic job adjusting to his talent.
And that defense is disciplined. I mean, they stay home. You watch those linebackers, man. They're not getting fooled by any of the dressing, the window dressing, so to speak, you know.
3rd and long, so 3rd and basically 9. Dalton under center, and he will fake it, drop back to pass. He's looking downfield, rolls to his right, chunks it down, and incomplete pass down on the sideline. Couldn't see it. I was blocked by a couple of speakers here.
Yeah, they tried to throw a little wheel route to the back coming out of the backfield, and as the quarterback was having to scramble out, his momentum carried the ball out of bounds.
So that brings up 4th and 9. Score 24-0 in favor of the Seminole Chieftains. 8:07 left in the second quarter. All right, Brian, I missed something here. We're moving the ball up. It looks like it must have been a unsportsmanlike conduct. I never saw a flag or so that would give the Rangers a first down. Not quite sure what happened. We were messing with our audio here, and so they're going to take a timeout, and let's take a quick timeout. We'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores.
I think that's
where
part
we
of
make
our.
it easy to
We're
join our
having some
family.
issues there.
Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Sorry for almost stepping on you, man. I didn't know you were here. You were like Spider-Man.
One of these days, we'll kill these gremlins that follow us. All right, we are back, and Roland picked up 15 yards and a first down. Still not sure what happened, but was something that
Gave him a first down.
the officials didn't like. Dalton under center, and is going to hand off to Wolf straight up the middle. Wolf is going to bounce around. Well, I say bounce. He just kind of rolls like a big boulder there. That'll be about a 5-yard gain.
None of the, even if as impressive as the Chieftains' discipline has been, they haven't been able to bring down that big cat with one guy, you know?
Boy, he's a load, and, that's one thing. I guess they're just going to strap it on him, but at some point, they're going to start wearing down.
You hope that they wear down before he does.
Right. Chieftains defense holding solid. 2nd and 5 now for the Rangers. Rangers set up shop at about the 27-yard line. Dalton snaps, going to run out to the left. Going to keep it, shoots back to the inside, and a whole host of Seminole Chieftain white jerseys waiting on him, but he'll pick up about 3 on the play. Brings up 3rd and, okay, we'll call that 4, so 3rd and 1.
If there's such a thing as a short one, that's a short one.
So that's kind of what they need to do is keep the ball, keep ahead of the change, as you say. Dalton will bring him up to the line. I'm going to get a better shot looking at the screen here than I do that out of the window.
Yeah.
Dalton under center. Wolf in the backfield. Man in motion. And he will hand it to Wolf, and Wolf will have the first down. So he will rumble for about 3.5 yards. Move the chains.
Yep. Change the got first down, and looks like they can get a first down at the 14. First down and 10 for the Rangers from the 16-yard line. Dalton brings them back out in that familiar flex bone look, and with a single receiver to the top of your screen.
Wolf still in the backfield, and will be a pitch out this time to Daniels.
Good move.
Davis, Cole Davis.
Hey, now that's an example of a receiver blocking right there. Number 3 from Roland sealed that corner, Javante Youngblood. You'll see this on the screen. He's got his man. He just had to make one man miss.
So the Rangers knocking on the door. They're in the red zone. 2nd and we'll call it a long 3. Dalton's going to pitch this time. And nope,
No,
take
he
that back.
handed it
He
off.
handed it off. Boy, I tell you what, he's got some quick hands.
Yeah, man. I thought he pitched that too. He's going to be pretty close to the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1 again. So they're staying ahead of the chains on this drive. Dalton looking to the sideline for the play call. We got 3rd and very short one. They come out with the receiver to the bottom of the screen. Got a little bunch look on both sides.
And Dalton will keep it to the left side and will be knocked down at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, he got enough for the first down. He followed Big Tyler through that hole.
Guys, I'm getting a lot of feedback down there, and I can barely keep my headset on.
So we got 1st and goal from about the, I'm going to say that's the 3 or the 4.
Looks like they have it placed on the 4 there. So 1st and goal from the 4. Dalton brings them up to the line.
Come on, Roland, punch this one in now.
Going to pitch outside, and that was
Devontae Youngblood, wasn't it?
Youngblood once again.
That defensive end from Seminole came straight up the field and made him turn back in where his pursuit caught him. Oh, look at that rain. So Dalton brings him back out in that familiar flex bone.
Hands it off to Wolf right up the middle, and they were keying on Wolf. They knew he was probably going to be getting the ball on that one.
Yeah.
So
They didn't get the offensive line from Roland didn't get any push on that one.
The Chieftains defensive line changed the line of scrimmage and pushed him back, and that will be a no game. So 3rd and goal.
And Wolf was coming off the field. He's got a limp.
He looks gassed right there, Brian, as he'll come off. 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
And I'm sure Roland's not thinking in terms of field goal here. They've got 2 plays to make 3 yards.
Going to be a pitch outside to Davis. Davis, no room to run. Defense for the Seminole Chieftains way too quick there, and that was number 21 Johnson that was coming in there at the end to help clean up. But I tell you what, they've just have some great have some great linebackers. Thunderlina, Angel, Johnson, Buford.
Yeah, their defense as a whole has really impressed me. They're well coached. I know Coach Snyder would like to keep the shutout here.
4th and goal from the 3-yard line. Dalton's going to hand. Nope, he's going to toss it and got him looking, and that was Chase Payette.
That's the Tim Tebow jump pass.
Right. So Dalton gets him on the board with a 3-yard touchdown pass. So the senior Chase Payette. And that gets them on the board, and at least they know they can move the ball. Seminole Chieftains defense, I think they feel kind of a little rookie dude there.
Yeah.
Rangers will line up to go for 2. Well, once again, but this time he can't hold on to it. Bounces off his hands.
They ran to the same play to the other side.
Same play the other side.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
Not going to happen right there. Mike Snyder's on top of that one. So that will trim the lead ever so slightly. 24-6 with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the second quarter. And as quickly as they bounce out here, I think we'll probably hang around here for a second. Did that help any?
It helped me.
All right. I can't hear it. There we go. That's a little muffled.
Check, check, check.
Roland lines up, and they will bring out their kicker is
It's Dalton, the quarterback, the punter, the kicker.
Eli Dalton is the kicker. Dalton will line up for the kick here.
Back deep for Seminole to receive is number 10, Savion Battles. I can't catch the other numbers. 21, I think, Caden Johnson. And number 5, the quarterback, No. Chico Baker, number 5, not number 6.
Kicks it deep. Nice deep kick over to the sideline.
Uh-oh.
We've got a
Uh-oh.
chance. He's got a chance. He breaks around the
got
right
it.
side. He's at the 40, the 50, cuts back at the 45, and loses ground. Flag comes in late. Could have been a face mask. So a nice return there by the Seminole Chieftains. That was Logan
No, that was Sabian Battles.
Fabian Battles.
Yep, Sabian. Sabian Battles, number 10.
Oh, excuse me. I thought it was number 11. These old eyes up here.
Mine are older than yours.
Well, yeah. And that's what it was, Brian. It was a face mask.
Yeah,
so
you saw it right there at the end. So now it's the worst case scenario possible for Roland. They give up a big kick return, add 15 yards at the end of it, coming off their best drive of the night, and to set Seminole up in good field position to maybe tack on this lead going into half.
So the Chieftains will come out, same set as earlier, 3 wide receivers, 2 down on the bottom, 1 on top. Hammond remains quarterback, and behind him is Gunville. Already has 3 touchdown runs. Gunville up the middle. He's going to bounce to the right, and he's trying. He is literally dragging the Rangers. He drug about 3 Rangers 7 yards as he picks up a first down on that 12-yard run. And nice run. I tell you what, I'm impressed by this young man right here. Gunville, a junior.
Yeah, Roland was trying to tackle the tackler from Roland was trying to tackle the ball. You saw him trying to strip that thing. That enabled him to get another 5-6 yards.
Got Coach Potts way out on the field, and he's not very happy, I don't believe. And that was Dakota Bush he was escorting to the sideline.
He's having a talk with the young fella right now, too.
3 wide receivers this side, pistol formation once again. Gunville is your tailback. Going to hand it off to Dunville. Dunville bounces to the right, misses 1 tackle, spins away, and is going to be pulled down after about a 4-yard gain.
76 from Roland there. The linebacker came unblocked straight up and just couldn't make the tackle in the backfield.
It almost seems like that was Kendall Muncie, and Muncie just over-pursued just a little bit.
Yeah, he dropped his head, and the back from Seminole was gone.
Pistol formation once again, 3 wide receivers. This time he's going to throw it, a little slip screen, and right through his hands. That was Battles.
Well, Coach Potts is livid. He's given the referee an earful right there. I don't know what he was complaining about.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6 for the Seminole Chieftains.
We got a bell sounding. Is that the flood bells?
That might be the flood bells. The dikes have broke. Shotgun formation, 2 running backs in the backfield, and he's going to hand it off to Gunville. Once again, Gunville's got all kinds of room, bounces to the right, runs over a Ranger at the 15-yard line, and that will be another first down after a 20-yard scamper.
Coach Potts from Roland looked like he is really giving this near referee the business, as they say.
He is not happy at all.
He's making a punching motion like somebody was getting punched there.
40 seconds to go before halftime. Hands off to Gunville once down the right side. Stiff arms one's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Good job by the Rangers there, stringing that one out to the boundary.
String him out, stop the clock at 35 seconds, and he's going to pick up, looks like he picked up about 3 yards on the run, so he'll place the ball at about the 9-yard line. Tell you what, Coach Snyder's just strapping the old saddle on Gunville, just going to ride him off into the sunset there.
I don't know the way Coach Snyder's acting on that sideline. I don't think there's a sunset in his future.
Shotgun formation. Hands off to Gunville once again.
Oh, nice
Cut in the
move,
backfield. Nice move. I tell you what, man, he runs with such strength. Picks up about 6 yards. Ball's going to be spotted at about the 3-yard line. Clock continues to tick, and Hammond takes a timeout. 23.5 seconds. Hammond's going to take a timeout. Brian, we'll take one as well. We'll come back and see if the Chieftains can punch another one in before halftime.
To be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
We are back to Roland, Oklahoma as the rain continues to fall. 23.5 seconds. And the Seminole Chieftains have the ball 3rd and goal on about, I think that's the 3-yard line.
2.5, 3-yard line.
3rd and goal at the 3. They have, Gunville already has 3 rushing touchdowns on the night. He's in the backfield, number 28. Next to him is the quarterback, Hammond. Shotgun formation. Gunville sets to his left.
Referees are holding up play here. Coach Snyder from Seminole is talking to him. I don't know. We got both coaches a little bit animated now. That whole timeout, Coach Potts from Seminole, Roland was talking to the refs. I think the referees are about to put the ball back in play. The Roland scoreboard is pleading for the crowd to make some noise.
23.5 seconds. Going to be a direct or a snap to Hammond, and he will take it himself on a quarterback lead. And Hammond, no problem as he dives over the goal line, and that will push the score 30-0. You'll watch him take the snap here.
It's almost a quarterback sweep, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and everyone blocked down. Nice job for the senior leader, Hammond, to pick up a touchdown.
We go back to that personal foul penalty, the face mask that put them at the 45, 2 big runs later, and they're right inside the 10.
Hammond takes snaps, going to look to his left, and
ball goes right through his hands.
Right through his hands. That was Chico Baker, and I'm sure the rain has a little bit something to do with that. So with 17.4 seconds to go before halftime, the Seminole Chieftains marched down the field once again, scored on every possession they've had, and rushing the ball 30-6. The only time they passed it was on 2-point conversions.
Yeah, well, no, they tried to throw that slip screen. That went through. Yeah, just
okay.
one.
So
one of the pregame questions was how are they going to react? This air raid offense was going to react to the rain, and I guess we found our answer.
Well, we've said it a few times. You don't get 356 career wins by not having some football smarts there.
Yeah.
I met Coach Snyder in 1993, and I told him when we had our football media days in August, that I remember meeting him in '93 when I was a player. And he was coaching an all-star game, and I was playing in the all-star game. And I've been a fan of his ever since because he treated us with such respect. Squib kick, going to bounce around, and Roland's
going
to try to return it, and will be knocked down about the 40 with 11 seconds to go before halftime.
Let's see what Coach Potts does here. Does he take a shot at the end zone, or does he hand the ball off to that big fella and see what he can do?
Boy, I think that's what you do. I think you just hand it off to Wolf, and maybe
you fans at home know what I think. It's time for a flea flicker.
I tell you what, you're a bigger gambler than I am with that wet ball. I think you just hand the ball off and go regroup at halftime and see what you can do.
Give it to the big fella, have the big fella toss it right back, and throw it as far as you can. A one-man route.
One-man route. And Dalton will drop back to pass. It looks deep.
Oh, he's got
And
it.
he's got a step
Oh.
and just out of his reach, but there's still time for another one. And I think he almost looked back a little bit too quick if he would have.
Yeah. He had him there for a minute, the big tight end off the left. It was kind of a little roll out to the right and throw back to the left. But Dalton didn't seem to have any problem throwing the ball. That was a 40-yard pass now. He didn't have a problem with the wet football.
No, he didn't. But
Coach Potts takes a timeout here.
going to talk to him a little bit. And so timeout on Roland Rangers. Brian, we're going to keep it here for a second. And
Here's a little bit of trivia for you, Eric. I was reading this week that Hurricane Florence dropped 80 trillion with a T, gallons of rain on North Carolina.
wow, that's a lot of rain.
80 trillion gallons. I think we're just a bit shy of that right now, but it feels like we're catching up.
Yeah, I feel for those folks in North Carolina. I hope they all.
Man, my heart goes out to them. I
Boy.
mean, we've got tornadoes here and all the other type of natural disasters, but I don't think I've ever seen flooding like that.
Yeah, that's something, and I hope everyone stays safe, and especially I know there's a lot of people. We have a guy that works for us that has family in North Carolina. He's from North Carolina, so he's been trying to stay in contact with them. They're a lot more inland than a lot of the other folks, but still, it's still scary.
Yeah, with that much rain, I don't think it mattered how far inland you were.
So Rangers will try once again. 4 seconds to go before halftime.
Flea flicker. No, dead.
And it's going to throw
Oh,
a
it's
little
the hook
quick,
and ladder.
and it is a flea flicker, a little
Hook and ladder.
hook and ladder, but the Chieftains snuff it out, and that will retire the first half of play. And let's see if Demi gets Coach Snyder down on the field to talk to him. And I think she's going to go try to track him down. And she's after him. She's running out in the middle of the field to go get him. So at halftime,
He's at the 34, the 35, the 36.
he's at the
He needs
40.
to cut up field.
So we'll see if we can get an interview with Coach Snyder before we break at halftime. 30-0. The Seminole Chieftains lead the Roland Rangers 30-6. Excuse me, not 30-0. 30-6. And we want to thank Adam Baker and the Seminole faithful for picking up our broadcast here. Adam Baker with the First United Bank, and also Jamie Carter Real Estate there in Seminole. And folks, don't forget that we have a store in Seminole as well. So go check that out. Looks like Demi has Coach Snyder walking over to the camera now. So we're going to hand it off to her and see what Coach Snyder has to say.
Coach Snyder's got a nice haircut.
Yeah.
Coach Snyder here, and I have a couple questions for Coach Snyder. You're running the ball well. Are you going to keep riding Gunville?
Yeah, we are. I mean, he's a good runner. He's a good player. We'd like to throw the ball a little bit more, but conditions just not that good for us. But we came in wanting to throw it, but we're gonna hammer the ball.
All right, so your receivers are having a little bit of a hard time in this weather.
Yeah, we didn't catch the ball warming up. So.
All right. What are you going to tell your guys in the locker room?
Well, what's important for us is we gave up a touchdown there because we had a penalty. That's something we've talked about all week. So we certainly got to get the penalty straight, and we've got a couple of kids that are hurt. So some of those guys that are next up have to really step in and do their job.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing the rest of the game.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
All right. Back to you.
All right, and Jimmy talking to Coach Mike Snyder down there. So, Brian, we're going to take a break and talk about the game, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. So, folks, stick around and check out some of these awesome commercials, and go find some of our stores. When we come back, we're going to talk about the iPhone 8.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
he has really good. He's a good looking running back.
He's deceptively talented. There is.
His balance, right? You know, I think that's what impresses me. Like, he's got good speed, but his balance is tremendous. He don't let it.
He wasn't afraid to stick his nose in there. He got a good block that sealed the edge for the quarterback.
They are not afraid to hit at all. So I've been very impressed. You know, I got to see footage on Seminole last week in their game at their rubbing at Wewoka or versus Wewoka. But man, they have they're very impressive.
Yeah, it's got me, my mind is charging.
You know what you know what I like, Brian, is in a couple of weeks we get Seminole and Chakotah.
That's what I was about to hit on, man. I'm going to be so stoked for that game.
That is going to be a game. I'm excited about that game.
Is that in Chakotah?
It's in Chakotah.
Hey, they're going to have to set us up outside the press box. I'm going to be so excited.
Yeah, and I think that's on a Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's, I don't know. I'll have to look at the schedule. But I'm excited for that one. All right, Brian, I was going to tell you about the iPhone 8. And I shot a little video today and about talking about the game and everything, and uploaded it. And I think if you'll take a look, if you're my Facebook friend, take a look at it. And I think it's very nice. We're going to start doing some things, shooting with the iPhone 8 when we do our games. So I think I will. My goal is to maybe convert you over to an Apple person.
Boy, that's a tough road to hoe.
Hey, we have some great Samsungs. I'm an Apple person, and so they've given us a couple of phones. I think the new Samsung 9, Note, Galaxy 9.
I'm ready for that. I've been reading all these tech reports about the new Galaxy coming out after the first of the year, the 10. I'm stoked for that.
All right. Well, we may have to fix you up on that as well, but they've given us some phones to play with, and you'll start seeing those pop up in some of our Blitz reports.
I just recently read that Nissan is going to Android.
Really?
I'm a Nissan guy.
Right.
It just kind of fits.
All right. Well, so literally whatever can float your boat in this field could hold a boat.
Yes. A big one.
A big boat. So we've got Demi back up here with us after she catches her breath here.
Think
Demi,
Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark, no doubt. Demi, what Coach Snyder have to say at halftime? I don't know if they got you on down there or not. Yeah.
We lost Demi for a sec. If you'll be patient with us at home, sitting on your iPads, and just
you're still plugged in. What she said was Coach Snyder said they're not able to throw the ball, so they're just going to kind of strap on, going to follow Gunville into the game or for the rest of the game. Did you get to talk to Coach Potts at all? Wasn't able to talk to Coach Potts, so we'll catch him after the game. I think he was probably doing a lot of adjustments and coaching things there at halftime.
I think what we're looking for here right now is Coach Potts to see what kind of adjustments he's made. And again, they have to stay on schedule. They can't get behind the chains with this offense. You know, they've got to have positive yardage on first down, get a little bit more on second down, and make that third down just a little more manageable. Everything's on the table.
Certainly, I'm not meaning to be ugly or negative on this, but right now the body language coming out of halftime is you have one that really looks down, and you have another team that's jumping up and down and ready to get this one going.
Yeah. So let's see if Roland can stand up here and make what few fans traveled out here tonight proud of him.
Crowd's a little sparse tonight, but, you know, lots of rain, and a lot of people don't like to get out in this, and I don't blame them. And here we go. Second half of football is underway, and that ball will flutter out of bounds. And that ball just didn't look right when it came off his foot.
No, it sure didn't. Let's see. What do you think? Coach Snyder comes out, gives his ones a drive, maybe two of them.
I think so, and I think you give them 2 drives in the third quarter, and if everything goes as planned, you get in some youngsters in there and get them some more game time.
Yeah, because I mean, he knows he knows what he's got with this crew right now. But a coach like that, an experienced coach like that, always has one eye on the future. You know, he's always looking for that next somebody that can help him out maybe this year and certainly going forward.
Back to passes, Hammond, and it is picked off. Oh my goodness! And wow!
Oh, it may be coming back, Eric. I think we got a roughing the passer. Let's see what happened here. I think we got a roughing the passer. Sure enough.
Oh goodness!
Oh man!
And a nice tip drill by the Roland defense, but it will come back as roughing the passer. And boy, he just hammered old Hammond there, and there was no reason. It was about a 3-step before he hit him.
Yeah, they give you that one step, and man, he took the one, and then the second, but the third they weren't willing to overlook. You know.
I don't know if we have time to pull that back up. I'd like to see that again.
That's a tough break for Roland, because for the first time all night that you alluded to their body language coming out. There was a bunch of the sidelines jumping around. They had a little spark there, so
you could see the momentum shift, and their eyes got real big, and goodness gracious. So here we go. Hammond set in a pistol formation. 3 wide receivers, and I can't see, is that Gunville still at tailback? I can't see through this glass. Is that 28 or not?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay. We apologize, folks. It is tough to see through this glass. It's just covered in rain, and we can't open because the rain is blowing in from the southeast.
And we don't have a defroster setting. I spent the whole halftime looking for a defroster setting.
No defroster up here.
That's one of the great riddles of my life. I can never figure out the defroster.
It's a pure enigma. Going to hand off to Gunville. Gunville to the right. Boy, look at that. He's got all kinds of offensive linemen out in front of him, and he gets slowed down.
About the 25, 26, I'm telling you.
Watch this replay. Those big uglies up there. Look at them move. Oh, my goodness. That's a nice offensive line. I'd love to run behind that offensive line.
It wouldn't be nearly as quick.
I don't think I'd break off 30-yard and 60-yard runs, but goodness gracious, he's not getting touched until he's down the field 20 yards.
And that was a case of the Rangers letting one play beat them twice because they were deflated.
Once again, hand off to Gunville. Gunville's going to bounce to the right, bounces outside more and slides. And it looks like do we have a ball on the ground? No, I think it was just.
I think the Seminole fans and the coaches wanted a late hit there. There was a little piling on.
So the ball is going to be spotted at the
26. Oh,
26.
26, yeah. They moved it up from the 27.
Yeah. I think it may have floated back to the 27. So that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Gunville's picked up right where he left off.
2nd and 6. Pistol formation once again. 2 wide receivers down on the bottom. Trap play this time. Gunville's going to follow us off. Going to bounce out to the left. He's got some room to run. And now it's going to be who has the most speed.
Oh,
and he got in.
And that was the first time all night that Roland didn't look like they wanted any part of that tackle. There was a couple guys that pulled up that maybe could have pushed him out, but they didn't look like they wanted any part of that.
I think you're exactly right. It was Terry Walker, that pulled and made way. Look on this replay, or did I miss the replay there? But Walker's one that pulled on that trap, and Walker kicked out and really kind of sealed that left side.
Yeah.
So that pushes.
I think that was designed to go inside the tackles, and he bounced it with his vision.
I think it was, and not only do you give Gunville credit, 2-point conversion here, plays blown
Whistle
dead.
dead.
Not only do you give the running back credit, but the offensive lineman, because he pulled to do a kick out, it wasn't there, and he sealed the edge.
Yep.
And that was Walker that did that.
Boy, that's Roland just they come right out of halftime. First play, they get a little interception, a little bingo, and then have it taken away. I mean, I know that no kid feels worse than the one that roughed the passer there, but had gum.
Hammond rolls out, and ball is in the grass there. Can't make the catch. So the score will stand 36-6. Now the score with 10:33 to go in the third quarter. Here's that run. Man, look at him coming right towards the camera. Good.
At number 5 with the nice block, you see how he got his hands inside the pads, and then as the receiver or the back broke free, he just put his hands up so he couldn't get called for holding.
So we are seeing a rushing display put on by not only Gunville, but that offensive line of the Chieftains.
Yeah, I mean, for an air raid offense, man, those offensive linemen are getting some push up front, man.
They're doing a very nice job. And here's the thing, folks, is Roland's defensive line, it's not like they're a bunch of young.
Yeah.
These guys are seasoned veterans, and, they kind of held their own for a little bit in the first quarter, and then
They
goodness
just keep
gracious.
coming at you, man.
Yeah, they just reload. Coach Snyder, I tell you what.
Here comes the southpaw kicker. Hey, do they call it, if you're left-footed, do they call you a southpaw?
That's still a Paul, I think. Return up the middle. He's got a chance to
Here
go
we
all the way.
Here we go. Take it to the limo.
And that's
Take it to the
Davis.
limo.
It's a foot race. Davis at the 10. And he's going to fall in. Touchdown, Rangers. Holy guacamole.
Yeah.
He takes it. What was that? That was an 87-yard return. Davis takes it to the house.
And fought
Straight
off the
up.
last 2 guys to get in there. Good job, young fella.
I wanted to call at the 20, at the 15, at the 10, but I was too busy watching to see if he was going to get tackled.
I'm not for sure, but I think that was the same guy that roughed the passer. I think number 1 was the guy that
Cole
roughed
Davis.
the passer.
Cole Davis is yes, he's outside linebacker for the Rangers, so that very well could have been.
Oh, he's tired now, man. He was looking back at the sidelines, and the coach looked away, gave him that, man, I know you want out, but I got to keep you in.
Right. Player coming on late there. 2-point
Number
conversion,
85.
setting up for 2-point conversion. Davis still in there. Davis is going to sit up at one of the H-backs.
Let's see what they have up their sleeve here.
And
Little rollout.
Roll out for a pass.
Oh.
And he will be sacked by number 89. That's one of our big defensive
Ends.
Mark.
Did it look to you like he rolled outside of his protection? Like he rolled too far?
He went out to, so that was Buford, Mark Buford. Sorry, I had the wrong roster up. Mark Buford, outside linebacker.
It looked like he should have put his foot in the ground and threw something because it looked like they pulled 2 and were sealing, and he kept rolling outside of that.
So we'll take a quick commercial. We'll be right back at Bravado TV in Roland, Oklahoma.
So to review, we have Neil Diamond and now Cotton Eye Joe, fellas.
At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues.
I can hear you just fine, yes. Well, okay then.
So how about those Mets? We got the kickoff. Oh, over their heads, all the way back. Oh. Who was that on the return? I know Coach Snyder would have liked to see him putting his foot to the ground and go forward. He kind of, I don't exactly know what you'd call that. Kind of pitter-pattered up there.
Yeah, I
kinda
wasn't
looked
real
around.
sure. Yeah, it's like he wasn't real sure where he wanted to go.
It's almost like he was surprised that they kicked it to him. No. Well, we've got some life from the Roland faithful here. See if Roland can get a stop now, get off the field, and get the ball back to their offense.
So 36-12 to score. 10:09 left in the third quarter. Starting to see some cleaner white jerseys come out. I noticed last time they substituted a couple offensive linemen in.
The plan was maybe to have these guys off, but, man, after that kickoff return, I'm sure Coach Schneider wants to get them off on a better note. Oh.
And Hammond, shotgun snap, looked like he was going to pass it, just kind of fell out of his hands.
Yeah, he took his eyes off the ball just for a sec. You'll see him looking up. They were lucky to get on that. Some sloppiness coming out of the locker room for Seminole.
Maybe it's, they
Complacency, maybe?
They've got a nice lead and got to bring the focus back a little bit. Two wide receivers up top is going to hand off to Gunville up the middle, and he has a little bit of room, so he's going to pick up the 4 yards they lost.
My hat's off to the people that are still here from Roland. You hear some noise now. They're getting into it. Now we got the third down bell. I don't know where that comes from, but that's a big bell there.
That's a big bell. 3rd and 10 for the Seminole Chieftains.
I keep waiting
Ball
for
spotted
AC/DC to come on.
Right. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line of the Chieftains.
Roland's in their 4-2-5 look. I think somebody left early, moved early.
And movement by the Chieftain offense, so that will back them up 5 yards, put them in a 3rd and 15.
Oh, man.
Got the big old
they're backing up the
dump
truck.
bus, yeah.
Woo! Buddy, now it's an experience here at the Roland Stadium.
So the Chieftains have scored on every possession they've had this game. Hammond in the pistols, going to head off to Grumman, straight up the gut, and he will be wrapped up for a very minimal game on that one.
Boy. Even some of the guys that played in the first half, their jerseys are white. I wonder if they changed them coming out of the halftime.
I don't know.
Boy,
So
the rain's really picking back up again.
Yeah, you can see the sheets of rain there. All right, this will be the first punt of the night, and it comes from their own end zone.
They got a hot returner at the other end of this. If he can catch
Close
it clean.
to being blocked.
Oh, he fair caught it.
Fair caught it. Falls on the ball at the 42-yard line.
I think somebody was wanting a block in the back there.
I heard him yell from up here. They sure wanted one.
And that's a feat because we're way up here.
This is one of the nicer press boxes as far as view we've had.
Yep, it is.
Way up high. We get to see everything.
If we could just get them to install a defroster.
Defroster, maybe a ceiling fan and a wet bar.
Or maybe if it wasn't raining, it'd be a lot nicer.
Right.
It could be said that you and I are just full of hot air.
That's probably said quite a bit. And Roland comes out. They have the ball on the Seminole 42-yard line. Man in motion. And ball slips out of Dylan's hands. He tries to retreat,
That's the second fumble off a snap that we've had within the last 10 minutes.
Well, the rain has not let up at all.
No.
It continues to come down.
I don't know if they changed the balls out at halftime.
That was Youngblood in motion. I think Dalton was trying to make something happen. He just was unable to get around the edge.
that rain's really coming. Look at that band, boy.
Yeah, wow, these
that is some faithful band people.
faithful people right there. Dalton under center. And he will hand it off to Wolf. Wolf will bounce to the left side and will pick up. Looks like he's going to pick up about 8 yards on that one.
That was the most daylight he's had. He didn't get touched until about the 5-yard mark. Usually somebody's hitting him in the hole and he's dragging him for whatever he gets. But that time it was blocked up really, really well. And he gives him 8 yards. He's one of those backs that he's not a threat to necessarily break a bunch of long runs like Seminoles running back, but he's just going to keep pounding you. You're going to have to tackle him for 4 quarters.
3rd and 8. Going to hand off. Well, no, he will try to pitch it, and it's going to be picked off by the Chieftains.
They tried to do a little razzle-dazzle there, fake the dive and a little pitch there.
Tried to pitch it to Youngblood, and Dalton unable to get the pitch out.
We've got somebody here hurt from Roland. They were trying to pitch it out to Davis.
Oh, Davis. Excuse me. I saw Youngblood there, and it was Davis. He looked like he lost his footing and was unable to get the ball going where he wanted to.
Folks, we're trying to get the number here. He hadn't moved a whole lot since he hit the ground. He was in that scrum. And that wasn't a big pile. That's Youngblood there on the ground. Or is that?
No, I thought I saw Youngblood up here. That's Davis, I believe.
Yeah. He was caught in that scrum trying to cover that fumble up.
Well, they're can't really get an idea of what's damaged there. Oh, they're working on.
They're taking his helmet off.
I don't know if that's a good or bad sign there. And just look at that rain come down on him.
Yeah. I'd like to be able to tell you maybe his ribs.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what's going on there, or what body part's hurting.
It looks like she's trying to get up under the shoulder pads. I think it's his ribs. The one arm was out to the side, and the other one was kind of over his midsection, so they've straightened him out a little bit. Well, that guy looks comfortable there in the red, doesn't he?
Got him a heck of a rain suit going on there.
You got that right.
Lots of faithful fans and parents out here cheering on their kids. That's one thing you don't like is he's on the ground for so long.
Yeah.
And that tells me they don't want to move him much.
They're starting to get him up now.
Oh, they're calling for the ambulance now.
The Roland crowd is going wild as the Bravado cameras catches the student section.
They have called for the ambulance.
Yeah, I think they want the stretcher because they tried to sit him up, and whatever's wrong with him hurt too bad. So I think they're going to put him on
a backboard and try to
board or.
You know, I know not to try to change the subject. I really like the logos on the Roland helmets with the star there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got the R in the middle of it. I see it now.
Yeah.
Very nice.
See,
nice looking logo.
The Chieftains got the throwback Kansas City Chief helmets, the arrow.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection. Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
They just asked for you to go down and do an official report on the injury. You want her to go out on the field or over there by the gate? How do you want her to do this? Are we live?
Are we on?
And we're back to live action here, folks, at home. We don't have a whole lot of injury. Ooh, nice stiff arm.
Nice stiff arm by Gunville.
Yeah.
And
he's picking up right where he left off.
right. The injury was Cole Davis for the Rangers, and they think possible a rib injury. So they're not going to really risk anything being by the lungs, and they're going to go check him out. That's at that point, it's better to be more cautious than, throw caution to the wind on that one.
Yeah, rather safe than sorry.
Safe than sorry, right? So the Seminole Chieftains picking up right where they left off, and 5:55 left to go in the third quarter, up 36-12. They have 1st and 10 at the 40.
I think Coach Potts has got to be upset that, oh my.
Counter tray right there,
Yep.
and he could go all the way, and Gunville will go.
Did they give it to him? Yep, they gave it to him.
They gave it to him, gave him the touchdown. That is his 5th rushing touchdown, I believe.
Have a night, young fella. Have a night. At
Nice.
this point, it was a foot race.
Yeah, nice counter tray, and it was just foot race, and he slides into the end zone.
He's deceptively fast. I know we've touched on that before, but,
Yes.
man, he just kind of glides along.
I don't know what the official stats, but he's got to be knocking on the door of 300 yards.
Yeah.
42-12 now the score.
As the rain continues to come down here.
Rain continues to
at
come down.
Ranger Stadium. They line up for the 2-point conversion, and that little quarterback dive action. Buddy, it's getting chippy back in the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
The Seminole lineman had a double team, and they pushed the Rangers all the way back through the end zone.
Yeah, he was almost to the locker room, and the other Seminole or the other Rangers weren't real happy about it. But that'll push the score 42-12 with 5 minutes and 41 seconds.
But even at that, I mean, that kind of just shows you the kind of push that the offensive line's getting. I mean, that's
Yes.
a 15-yard end zone. They pushed him straight through it. Coach Potts is picking up right where he left off from the first half with the officials.
He's it's kind of gone downhill for the Rangers, and then you add the injury to Cole Davis. That just kind of, it just puts salt in the wound there.
Yeah. And right before the injury, Roland had a little bit of momentum. They'd scored second and 8 or something? And then the fumble, the injury, and now it's looking more like the first half. The third quarter started off really well for Roland.
They had the kick return.
Yep. They had the interception that was later waved off, but you could kind of feel that they were really getting their teeth into the game.
Right. Folks, be sure and check out our Seminole store in Seminole, Oklahoma. Go by and see the nice folks there. See if we can't get you on a $40 phone plan, $40 unlimited talk, text, and data. See what we can do to hook you up and get you a new phone.
The Seminoles kicking off from inside Roland territory, so I don't know what we're looking for here.
And a straight shot bounces out of the end zone or into the end zone.
We have a touchback and see if the Roland offense can get rolling.
.541 left in the third stanza. Score is 44-12.
We're starting to see some subbing from Roland's side now, too. I see some cleaner uniforms, some different numbers out there. They still got the big fella in the backfield and Dalton at quarterback.
Same veer formation. Dalton under center. Going to hand it to Wolf this time, and Wolf will struggle to gain about 2 yards.
And then it continues to get chippy. And Wolf had some words to say. I don't think he liked how he was tackled right there.
Right. Yeah, it's beginning to get a lot more chippy between the two. That'll bring up 2nd and 8 yards. Ball spotted on the 22-yard line. Clock continues to run down. Dalton under center, man in motion. That's Youngblood. He's going to hand it to. Nope, he's going to keep it. He's going to pitch to Youngblood. Youngblood had a little room on the left side. I thought maybe he could have bounced it out, picked up about another 5 or 6 yards, and this will be spotted close to a first down.
It's going to be 3rd down and really, really, really short.
3rd and really short here. So the 3rd and about a half a yard.
Hey, flea flicker time. Flea flicker.
You like that flea flicker.
Oh, that's my favorite football play ever, especially if you've got a good rushing attack. You know?
Right. So 3rd and 1, I would expect to hand it to Wolf. They do.
No,
and
quarterback kept it.
The
quarterback was getting hit as he was handing the ball
I think
off.
he did hand the ball off to Wolf. And it looks like the Seminole Chieftains defense denied.
Yep, they
actually lost
a couple links of the chain.
Yep,
there.
so this will be a true 4th and 1 now. So it looks like they were keen on the big man Wolf. .345 and counting. 4th down. Rangers will go for it. Be a pitch out outside.
Oh, he had a little crease there.
Had
Got
a little
the
crease.
First down.
Trying to get a number on that one so I can tell you who your running back was, and that was
20.
Bush. Dakota Bush. That'll bring up 1st down for the Roland Rangers. Ball will be spotted on the 35-yard line, right between a couple big puddles there.
Yeah, that's the part of the field between the 20 or the 35s is the worst part of the field.
Bush in motion, and going to hand it off to the big man, Wolf, once again, and he rumbles and stumbles to about a 9-yard gain.
He is not shy about contact. He's looking for it.
So he will be subbed out and comes in for him, and that is number 24, Jacob Cantrell.
He was pretty animated coming off the field too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was pretty excited. They're going to call that a
9.99999 yard gain.
That's about as close as you can get right there.
Maybe that's what he's animated about. He was for sure he got 10 yards.
So 2nd and inches, and that's Cantrell in the backfield. Man in motion is Youngblood. It's going to hand it to Cantrell.
Nice
Cantrell does a nice job, lowers his head. It's going to pick up 4 yards. So that'll be a 2nd first down of this drive for the Roland Rangers.
Dalton's looking back for the signal. I've got to think that the signals are pretty basic here in this offense. Maybe a little bit different formation, but everybody knows what's coming.
Coach Snyder said that he didn't pitch the ball a lot, and he's spot on there. He hands the ball off to the first back through. Cantrell in the backfield, and he's going to pitch it this time around the right side, and
nice, tough run. Was that 20 again?
I believe that was Bush. And it was Bush.
Injury. Big.
And this time we've got the big, I believe that's the big 78.
Yeah.
That's a big 78 of Conley. Down, they pull him up. Officials call a timeout, though. So Bush is going to pick up 5 yards, 6 yards.
No, they haven't marked it off yet. There we go.
Waiting on the chain gang to move it. So
Be right at
at 5, yeah. So Bush, nice
Nice
run
first
on
down
a-
run.
on
Keeps
a
them on
pitch.
schedule.
They get Conley back up. He's still in the ball game. They switch out balls here.
Yeah. Big tailbacks back in.
Wolf back in the backfield. Dalton still your quarterback. And Youngblood, the
Looked like 46 jumped off.
yeah, the back over here wasn't real happy about that. And that was 56 of
46. Seth Weatherford, tight end. So now they're back. Oh, I think they were drawn off.
Oh, they said that the Chieftains drew them off, and that will give them a first down by a chain.
Oh, we got Super Mario.
Well, I
Brothers
was
in the
wondering
stadium.
where
I was
Super
looking
Mario.
around.
Yeah, I like that. Nice.
Buddy, whoever is in charge of the sound effects here, Roland, is on cue.
Point. Yeah, they're doing a great job. Hand off to Wolf up the middle, and Wolf will stumble for about 4 yards.
71 there from Seminole on the tackle. Terry Walker.
Walker was that big offensive line that closed on that end earlier.
What do we got
We're
going
not
on?
moving the chains, and we have a timeout somewhere.
Refs. I think Coach Snyder's wanted an explanation from that last play.
And so the head official, Mr. Mike Van, is bringing in the
You think they moved it the wrong direction?
head coaches in to talk about this.
I'm thinking that they moved it the wrong way on that illegal procedure. Whatever this conference yields, there's going to be one coach that's not happy with it, and I think that's Coach Snyder.
I tell you what, Coach Snyder, if looks could kill there, he was not happy at all.
I don't know what that came to. I mean, they've got the ball back at 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8, right?
They haven't
After
moved anything.
Wolf's run. So Coach Snyder rallies. He pulls his troops in,
Including the officials
and
and official.
a man there, number who is that? He's got a big old green cast on him.
Yeah, I saw him come in. I think that's number 70.
Number who is that?
Kristen Evans.
Tristan Evans, sophomore. They've got him listed at 5'8", but he looks.
Oh, 5'8", 210.
He's. I think he's a little bigger than that.
Yeah. I think he's a little taller, but I don't think he's quite 210 pounds.
He's-
Well, maybe now with the rain.
I'm sure all these kids have probably picked up about 5 pounds. Right? They're getting waterlogged
I
out
think we're
there.
about to get back to action here.
Back to
We
action?
don't really know what happened there.
1:06 to go in the third quarter. Dalton under center. Wolf, the big running back in the back. Youngblood in motion. This time it's blown dead. And
Offsides.
offsides
Seminole.
on Seminole, so that they had to have been lined up offsides.
Yeah.
And that will mark off 5 yards. So I think when Demi interviews Coach Snyder after the game, that's one thing she's going to ask him is,
What the heck happened?
well, he cannot be happy with these offside penalties.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the quarterback from Roland showboating a little bit there.
So that will bring up 2nd and 2. Wolf still the tailback. Youngblood in motion. And it's going to hand off to Wolf. Wolf is going to kind of an outside dive this time.
Yeah.
Wolf's going to
Little
pick
off
up
tackle.
off tackle. Yeah, usually you see him go between the guard and the center. This time he goes off tackle.
Number 12 from Seminole wished he was going in between the tackle. Hunter Wirtz there stuck his head in there, and right now has got to be wondering what happened. Who was the truck that just ran him over?
Yeah, it's a big old truck. 35 seconds. Clock will start when the ball's spotted here on the first down. There we go. Got it rolling now. 1st and 10. The ball is on the 27-yard line, 28-yard line. Bush in motion. Going to pitch to Bush to the right side. He's got a little bit of a crease.
They found a little something on this right side. If he would have put his foot in the ground and cut it up, he may have had four or five more yards.
I agree with you. If he would have cut back against momentum there, he probably would have picked up some more yardage. As it stands, he picks up 2, so it'll be a 2nd and 8. And that's the end of the third quarter here in Roland, Oklahoma. The visiting Seminole Chieftains 44 and the hometown Roland Rangers are 12. And the Rangers have the ball, are driving in Seminole territory right now. About it. I just try to stick on the positive stuff, like talk about how well Gunville's ran the ball and defensively, how well defensively they played. But on say. Kind of try to look for those next.
Welcome back to Roland, Oklahoma. Rainy, waterlogged Roland, Oklahoma. We start the fourth quarter here. Seminole up 44-12 with Roland driving Seminole territory. Ball is about the 27. It's 2nd and 8. Little dive. Oh, here we go. Touchdown saving tackle there by 12. Wirtz. He was happy to not see 88 coming through that hole, or 85. 88, Logan Wolf. He looked up and saw a different number and decided he was going to try and make a stop. So that picked up the first down. Now they're in the red zone, in the Bravado zone area.
In the Bravado zone, whistles blow it dead, and that was Cantrell in the backfield.
Timeout. Roland, the home team took a timeout there. There's a little head coach Potts turned around and talked to his offensive coordinator. I don't think he was happy with what was going on there. Now they're trying to sort through this.
So next week, Roland has Stigler, and Lincoln Christian travels to the Seminole Chieftains.
That'll be a good game.
Ought to be a very, very good game.
We were scrolling through Squirtle earlier and saw that Stigler was taking one tonight, taking a beat.
So, yeah, they are. Get back to that. Hey, one thing we forgot to talk about on the Blitz this week is if you will go to OK Preps, you can nominate a Player of the Year, and Bravado Wireless is going to give away a couple of scholarships for in boys and girls athletics. So you can nominate any player you would like that's a senior. So you need to go check that out.
Back to live action here. 1st and 10 from about the 13.
Yeah, they kind of whooped up on Cleveland. No, that was another probably touchdown saving tackle right there.
Yeah.
And that was our big number 89.
He's been a little bit everywhere this evening.
Yeah, Buford, the outside linebacker. Hope I'm not mispronouncing it. I look at it as Buford, but hope Hope I'm not mispronouncing his name.
But now we got 2nd and long, 2nd and 11, almost 12. See what they dial up here. They got the big fella Wolf back in.
And going to hand off to Wolf straight up the middle. Picks up
Oh.
some yards. Whoa, goodness.
Oh, I think the ground caused that.
Ground calls that
Yeah.
fumble, so the ball will stay with Roland.
He literally went head over heels.
He
Or
got
heels
upended.
overhead.
Yes. And he may be down.
Yeah, that didn't look good the way he landed, man. That's exactly how he landed. Oh, you just hate to see this, man. These kids out here opening up first game of district play, and now you got 2 injuries.
Already going to be it's already a tough game, and then you've already lost one of your tailbacks, and Davis has been taken to the hospital with a possible rib injury that they were very concerned about. Oh, they're going to pull him up right there, and he may have. Let's hope he just got the breath knocked out of him.
Oh, they're-
Oh, well,
he's not putting not a lot of weight on that right ankle.
he's pretty ginger on that right ankle.
Oh, you can get a good idea how he landed by that visual.
Right.
Eric, is that you down there?
No, that's one of my cousins.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you had Kimpo.
Yeah.
Hey, let me give a shout out to this ball guy for the Roland team. Number 11, he's been running those. He's got a towel where he's keeping balls dry, and every time those referees wave him in, man, he is on his horse giving a dry ball.
Yeah. That's what's so cool about these high school sports is
Especially in small
it's
towns.
Small towns, it's all it's just people for the love of the game and for the love of the kids.
We had 5, 6, 7,000 people last week in Shakota.
All right, so back to action, and we have a third and
2.
two.
Ball sitting on the
Yeah,
4
you'll have to
line.
call this. I cannot see out of this window right here.
We got.
Oh, bad snap, and
I don't know if that was as much a bad snap or if that was him pulling out a little early.
I think you're right. I think Dalton pulled out a little too early. Luckily, he's able to get the ball back. I tell you what, these guys are going to be exhausted. They're going to sleep well tonight.
Yep.
Both teams have played a very hard ball game.
And in the second half, it's gotten a little chippy, a little more physical.
So 4th and 4
From the 4.
from the 4, way deep in Chieftain territory. Shout out to all of our Chieftain fans and viewers.
Hello, Seminole.
Hello, Seminole. Thank you for watching. We picked them up tonight. Go visit our Bravado store. Tell them we sent you.
Seminole, Oklahoma is a special place in my heart because I'm a huge Florida State fan.
Right. Boy, I tell you what, the defense was all over that one. Chieftain snuffed that out. And that was Cantrell that was handed the ball, and nowhere to go for Mr. Cantrell there. Turnover on downs. Seminole will take over. 1st and 10 from there. Is that setting on the 6?
Yeah, 7. They're the Seminole cheerleaders, I believe.
Seminole faithful over there. Made that about a 2-hour drive over here.
See what Seminole's got if they've started subbing.
And
I believe we got
we
the
have
same
a
quarterback.
we
got
have
a new
run-
tailgate.
have a new tailback.
Number 5. Is that our man Chico Baker?
That's Chico Baker, and will be handed off to Chico Baker around the left side. And
Oh, he bounces it out. Oh, 11 yards. I thought he was stopped there for about a gain of 6, and he just kind of bounced it out. He kind of ran up the back of one of his linemen.
right,
I tell you, man, those Seminole linemen have got to be in good shape because they block down the field.
they get down the field. I think
Well, hey, man, look at that flag guy. He's been a busy guy tonight.
he's been a busy guy getting that flag up and down the field. He
Hey,
sure
man,
has.
Don't let that flag touch the ground, though.
So we subbed out our man Gunville. Cameron Gunville has ran all over the Rangers tonight. And young man Chico Baker, senior,
Getting a
is
little
in.
action at tailback.
Right?
Building a little depth because they lost their first string. So any snaps that these guys get in this type of game helps them down the road. Second and 8. And we've got a whole bunch of new Rangers on the field. Clean uniforms. We're back in the pistol set.
And off to Baker.
Oh.
Baker maybe going to pick up about a half a yard, if that. So this will bring up a 3rd and 7. Nice shot there from our sideline.
A lot of penetration with the Rangers. Oh, that guy. He just barely missed. Watch him.
Right.
Like, dad, gone it almost had him.
Been a very physical ball game tonight, folks.
Yeah, you can see that the Coach Potts is trying to instill that toughness in the Rangers. You know, his first year here, I was told earlier that he'd been here a couple of years, served on staff, and just took the head coaching job.
So
We're
Baker,
gonna have a hole in the backfield there.
yeah, Baker had a little hole, but we're going to have a hold in the backfield.
I think here they're gonna decline it and maybe get the ball back. Well, looks like they're gonna accept it.
So holding called on the Chieftains. Holding Chieftains. And they will back them up 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
That's gonna take them well inside, back into the Bravado zone.
Went a bit backwards there.
And that's gonna set up a 3rd and
Be about 3rd and 17.
yep. This is good for the. I know we touched on for Seminole getting some of their young guys in, but Roland's in the same boat. You know, he's a young coach. He's still trying to find players that he can count on. Nice run.
Baker, wow, look at
this.
him run.
Oh, they got him. It's almost right back to the spot where he ended up the last time.
Yeah, exactly. A nice run by Baker.
He's kind of bouncing around in there, looking for some daylight. He's a little bit smaller built than the other, than Grunville. Now we got 4th and about 3.
Yeah, and I think if you're Seminole, you just go ahead and go for it and try to just run out the clock here.
Yeah, just over 6 minutes left. Oh, bad snap.
Bad snap and didn't go the way they wanted it to go. So that'll be a turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10.
Our guy's waving the flag.
Boy, he's over there getting it.
That is a young man who loves his job tonight.
He's a chieftain right there.
You could ask him how he did that through the rain, and he probably didn't even notice that it was raining.
Nope. He Just a reminder, thanks for watching us on Bravado TV. We hope to see you back next week. I'm your host, Eric Shannon, along with my co-host, Brian Shows here. And, of course, we've had Demi on silence since she's been up here in the press box. Long throw by Dylan. Can't connect with anybody. Was looking over in the corner of the end zone. Or Dalton, excuse me. And Brian, we've got the next episode of the Bravado Blitz coming up Friday. And we will have Demi again once again. And a little bit different role this Monday when we do the blitz, and should air hopefully Tuesday or Wednesday. So check that out. Next week we will be back in Muskogee.
Assuming it hasn't floated off.
You know,
Some of y'all watching at home, can you tell us, is Muskogee still there?
I hope it is. You know, I was going to say Roland has almost floated into Arkansas.
It wasn't far to begin with.
Wasn't far to go to begin with, and we're very close, and that's a lot of rain we've got. But we will be back in Muskogee for the Hilldale versus Broken Bow game, and that one should be the game could very well settle the district title.
Well, I'm looking forward to. I know we said the same thing last week, but I'd like to just have a good game in the fourth quarter.
Yes,
that's all I want.
So just 5 minutes and 5 seconds as it ticks down. We have 4th and 8 for the Roland Rangers. You know, you said this earlier. They've played a lot of ball in the Chieftains territory, but unable to come away with much.
Yeah, because 6 of their points came off a touchdown return. So I think that'll be an emphasis with Coach Potts this week. Really capitalizing on the chances they had, you know, the opportunities.
And rolling it.
That's our guy with the cast. Tristan Evans with the sack there, chasing him around. The Seminoles will take over on their side of the field. And 4:35 left here in this fourth quarter with a game that was pretty much decided not long after halftime. Our thoughts and prayers are going out to the 2 young men that came off or injured for Roland. We hope that they're okay and be able to get back in action next week. That guy's getting more airtime than Demi tonight. Oh, that's the wrong place to cut. Oh, look at this. Reversed his field in the mud puddle and picked up 20 yards. How about that? As they've got a new tailback in, Kieran Marshall, a junior.
And his socks were awful clean.
Yeah, up until right then. That's on a night like tonight, the coaches just want to tell you, son, if you get it dirty, we'll wash it.
Exactly right. And now we have some wholesale substitutions going on.
That was a nice run. I thought he was done for there when he tried to put his foot in the ground in that mud puddle.
Right. Kids are very resilient.
And I'm going to say that there's not many natural grass fields in Oklahoma or anywhere that will hold up as well as this field has, because it's not walking around on it when we in pregame. It didn't feel wet, and it's not too chewed up or anything. So whoever's in charge of the grounds here in Roland, America, deserves to take a bow.
Yeah, you know, it's a very nice field, very well taken care of. Our new quarterback is Hunter Wirtz, is our quarterback for the Seminole Chieftains. 3 wide receivers on the bottom, 1 on top. High snap. Wirtz is going to keep it, looking up the middle, and not a whole lot of room to work with, but he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, it looks like.
Our guy Wirtz said, man, Grunville made this look so easy.
Right. Right. 3 minutes, 8 seconds, and counting.
And for both teams right now, that clock can't go down fast enough, you know?
Well, for Seminole, you get out pretty unscathed as far as injury-wise.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. You did a great job establishing the line of scrimmage. And I think you have to really give it up to the offensive lineman. That's a nice play by the Ranger defensive line.
Boy, he timed that blitz up very nice.
Boy, he did.
What's that young man's number? To be sure to talk about, is that a 50? Here we
see
go.
if we can see on a replay. It's tough to see.
Watch him come out of this linebacker spot. He timed this up perfect. Untouched. that 50?
56. That is Tyler
Percival.
Tyler Percival, nice play there. 4th and 14. But I think if you're Coach Snyder, you're happy with the offensive line play, and obviously you're happy with your running back.
More than anything,
Gunville.
they won a way that they're not comfortable winning. You know, they're a passing team, and they won almost. I mean, they threw 5 passes tonight.
They won very unbalanced.
Yeah.
And I know that's not, you know, on
a
paper that's not what you want, but
Yeah.
that's what got the job done.
And against a team that is pretty stout up front.
You know, I think, you know, I keep going back to that offensive line, you know, because Roland's defensive line, they're no slouches.
No.
I mean, that's the thing is, this is a pretty good defensive line,
Yep.
and Seminole's offensive line, you know, reestablished the line of scrimmage down after down after down. So
I'm going to say that I bet if we had a stat, I bet you that Roland has run more plays in Seminole territory than
Seminoles ran and
Ran-
Ranger.
yeah.
I bet you would be very close to being
because they've
correct.
been in that. They've been on that side of the field all night long. They just haven't been able to capitalize.
You know, and you know, I hope Coach Potts, I hope he tells his kids that, man, this was a very physical game, and we have Dalton sweeping around the right side, a little sneak action there. But I hope Coach Potts tells his kids, man, this was a very good ball club we played, and these guys are going to go deep in the playoffs. So I know we got beat.
We talked about it last week. That it's good when you're a young team with a young coach, you know, or an up-and-coming team maybe, that you want to see where you're at. You want to step into the ring with the heavyweights, so then you know what you have to work on.
Right. Just I hope, you know, I know it's easy for us to say don't take it as a negative, but you played against one of the best in the state, and you hung with them fairly decent, you know.
Yeah, they showed well.
Youngblood has the ball. A pitch from Dalton. Youngblood over the left.
Got a
And
first down.
first down with just under 31.8 seconds left in the game.
And Coach Potts is still on the officials. I'm going to say that he's not going to invite Arkansas officials back to his field anytime soon.
Yeah, I think I think he feels they missed a couple calls here and there.
Yeah. We got 22 seconds left. Maybe the last play of the game.
Dalton still your quarterback, making adjustments.
Adjusting the alignment of the wide receiver.
Rolls out to his
he's
right.
open.
And he is open, and, defense closed.
Yeah. If he'd have thrown that just a tick earlier.
Defense closed very well on that.
Yeah.
So, folks, thanks for sticking around. We're in Roland, Oklahoma. Don't go anywhere just yet because we have our sideline reporter, Demi Smith, on the obviously on the sideline. Going to try to catch Coach Snyder and Coach Potts, get their thoughts after the game, and maybe hopefully we can talk to Cameron Gunville. I'd love to see what he had to say about the night. And if you can, check us out on the Bravado Blitz. That'll be coming up next week with myself, Brian, and Demi. Dalton just trying to throw the ball, and he just chunks it downfield, kind of underhand style. So, hey, he's trying to make a play.
Yep. You can't fault him for not playing hard, man.
No. I tell you what, both these clubs, Brian, they played a good ball game, very physical.
Yep. It was a little chippy at times. I'd like to. I'm sure I'm not in the minority on the Roland side. That I would have liked to have seen how this game turned out before the injury, because they had a little bit of the momentum.
They did, and
Chances are they weren't going to win it, but just to see how they would have responded to that.
yeah, Davis going out hurt them, and then the big man Wolf with his injury, that hurts him, and certainly slows them down quite a bit. So Demi's going to try to catch Coach down there, and talk to him. So we will be next week. We travel, or we stay home, and we will be in Muskogee at Hornet Field. They're at Hilldale High School as the Broken Bow Savages come up for a 4A4 ball game. Kind of anticipating that should be a very good ball game, and probably will be whoever wins that game will probably be our district champion. So I think our player of the game is pretty easy, Brian. Got to be that old Gunville, and he's a junior. I would love to see what his rushing. I would almost bet he had to have had around 300 yards rushing.
Well, the question I have, if he's that good, how good is the other guy?
Yeah, it's kind of scary. It's kind of like the Shakota kid.
Yeah.
Fisher, Nichols has been out with an injury, with a foot injury, and if Fisher has been turning up the numbers he's been turning out, well, how good is Nichols? Yeah. So yeah, nice to see a player right there. You see the young man number 7 out there limping off, and that's Damon Dennis. You hate to see that, man. Senior year just kind of gone there on an injury.
You can tell the difference in a football town and a basketball town. You could get a wide angle shot here. Everybody that traveled for Seminole almost is on the field right now in that huddle. Roland just
yeah. And Roland has thrown in some football, nice football seasons here and there. They are a basketball.
Yeah.
Coach.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Coach Ed Lewis does a fantastic job basketball here, and
Coach Potts is hoping to get a foothold. Just get maybe some maybe climbing up with that tradition. Just establishing some toughness, telling them that the road is long to get to where Seminole goes.
Right.
You just point across the field and say, "Look at that." You may not be a part of it. Some of you younger kids, see how they went about their business.
All right, Demi has Coach Potts down on the field, so we'll let them discuss the game there.
Hi, I'm Demi Smith, and I've got Coach Potts here. Coach Potts, about the game, do you think the weather hurt your ball handling any?
Oh, sure, it hurt both sides. What I'm disappointed in is we, offensively, we buried ourselves with penalties. We had drives going, we'd get a penalty and make it 2nd and 15 long or 3rd and long. And you just can't overcome. You have to sustain drives and not get penalties.
How many injuries did we have this game?
I think I've only got 2, but Cole, I'm not sure about. He went to the hospital, so we'll get inside and find out, see the extent.
Yeah. Do you think that was a very physical game?
It's very physical. Proud of both sides. They played hard. It was a hard-fought contest.
All right, thank you for your time. Good luck next week in the season. Thanks. All right, and we'll have Coach Schneider here in just a minute with one of his players.
Man, I'm excited to hear what he has to talk to him about. Coach Mike Schneider there.
Have to take our word for it. We promise he's on his way.
There he is.
Hey, Coach, great game. And we have Gunville here, right?
Yeah, Cameron, number 28.
All right, good game, Cameron.
Thanks.
How do you think you did this game?
I feel like I did all right. There's small stuff I can still work on to get better at next game.
Always improvement. What do you think? And how do you think this? You're going to keep this momentum going for next week?
Well, we play Lincoln Christian next week, which is the best team in our district and ranked number 3rd in the state. Hopefully, we lost a couple good players again. We've lost. That's 3 that we've lost. That really puts a damper on some spots for us. So we're going to have to go find somebody else to step in there. But hopefully so.
All right. You didn't have any injuries this game, did you?
Yeah, we had Stephen Johnson a tackle and. Thunderlina and then Dagan Angel, both linebackers that got hurt. And like I said, those kids right there are the ones that we've got to find some people for.
Okay, Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and we look forward to watching you the rest of the season. All right, good luck. All right, and back to you in the
Looks
trailer.
like Coach,
This is Bravado TV.
All right, I guess that's it for us here in Roland, Oklahoma. I'm your host, Eric Shannon, along with my co-host here.
Brian Shows with an S. Not show.
Finally, when I
Shows.
heard
Have a good day if you want to, right?
Yes. Hey, in green country.
like, okay.
Hope you don't
Still
float
there.
off.
And then
Have a great